Chick-Fil-A at the Garden State Plaza Mall. Mention NorthJerseySports.com with any purchase and get a free chicken sandwich. This is a NorthJerseySports.com Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Chick-Fil-A at the Garden State Plaza Mall. This week's Athlete of the Week is Tim Klarmann of St. Mary's. Tim, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. 2-1 week. Started with a loss against Teaneck. I mean, talk about that game a little bit. You had 14 points, 5 rebounds, a couple of assists. The Teaneck is always a great measuring stick, going into the Jamboree. Obviously a disappointing loss, but you played well, in spurts there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough game. I mean, we were close with the most of the game, but it helped us definitely getting better, get us ready for the Jamboree. And I mean, even though we lost, we're coming out with confidence that we could play with anybody. So it wasn't too much of a devastating loss or anything like that.
Second game of the week, a big win over Saddle Brook. Took control in the first half. You had 18 of your game high 24 points in the first half. Did you feel you had to be a little more aggressive going to the basket?
Yeah, I mean, I was just picking and choosing my spots. I mean, when I could get to the basket, I was going. I could pull up, but I mean, we started with our defense. We got out and ran, and from there we finished them off pretty quickly.
And then obviously the big game against Paterson Charter. Both of you were undefeated going into that game in the league in the NJSAOTW Meadowlands division. They were up 6 on you, less than 3 minutes to go. Were you ever nervous at all, or what were you thinking going down the stretch?
Well, I mean, we were losing almost the whole game. I mean, it was a very tough environment to play in. The gym was going crazy the whole time, but I mean, we stayed calm. We kept playing defense, and we kept getting stops when we needed them, and we scored when we needed it, and we pulled out with the win. Thank God.
And you were lights out at the foul line all this week. 21 of 22 from the line, 8 of 8 down the stretch in the final minute of that Paterson Charter game. Do you feel you're more confident free throw shooter? Did you make any mechanical changes? Because seeing you in years past, you were a good free throw shooter, but now you're an exceptional one.
I mean, I was just doing what I've always been doing. I just take my time, go through my routine, and just glad I made them.
All right, and now we're going to go to the Big Four. 4 questions for Tim Klarmann of St. Mary's. Tim, here we go. First question: who was your biggest influence on basketball when it came to your love of basketball?
Biggest influence. It's got to either be my dad or my middle school 7th and 8th grade coach. He's a big part of growing me as a basketball player, and along with my dad, both of them were really huge in maturing me and making me into the player I am now.
What is the one part of your game that you think has grown the most from the time you entered high school until now your senior year?
It's definitely my just overall point guard, ball handling, play, taking care of the ball. I mean, before freshman year, it was so, but I mean, it's just I kept working out, kept playing, and it's been better. My decision making, everything like that.
Third question: what would you say is your favorite pregame meal or favorite pregame ritual?
Probably listening to music. I love listening to music before the game, but outside of that, that's.
What music in particular?
My music, hip hop. That's my favorite.
Anyone in particular? I mean, be a little more.
My favorite, Jay-Z, definitely Jay-Z.
Jay-Z is always good. I'm an Eric B. and Rakim old school guy myself, but that's neither here nor there. And lastly, now that you guys are qualified for the Jamboree, you had 2 tough losses the last few years at Cliffside Park. Talk about what a motivation those losses are going into this year's Jamboree.
Always going to remember those. I mean, tough losses. I mean, terrible losses for us, but I mean, we're just using that as motivation now. We believe we could play with anybody in the county, and we're trying to make a run as far as we possibly could, and hopefully we could just do our best, and we're going to keep working, and hopefully we can go as far as we possibly can.
Athlete of the Week, Tim Klarmann of St. Mary's. Tim, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for choosing me.
Okay, Tim, as you know, the NorthJerseySports.com Athlete of the Week is sponsored by Chick-Fil-A at the Garden State Plaza Mall. So, Tim, this is yours.
Thank you.
Now, Tim, if you mention NorthJerseySports.com at the Chick-Fil-A at the Garden State Plaza Mall, with any purchase, you get a free chicken sandwich.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
But you don't have to be Athlete of the Week to get this promotion. Go to Chick-fil-A at the Garden State Plaza Mall, and with any purchase, get a free chicken sandwich.
Athlete of the Week. Nominate an athlete by tweeting at us #NJSAOTW.
Tim Klarmann has emerged as one of the elite three-point shooters in Bergen County. The question is, how's he going to fare against Richie Ballgame? Let's find out.